Howdy, my name is Kristen Lindholm Chambers, and today I will be covering using portfolios to document student learning. So pretty much in this presentation, what we're going to cover today is an overview of what otherwise referred to as ePortfolios or online portfolios are, particular tips for students as well as faculty and staff, the best practices for utilizing ePortfolios, and how to utilize ePortfolios to enhance our current higher education administrators in their positions. So pretty much an overview of ePortfolios. There are paper-based career portfolios and there are web-based career portfolios. So specifically, we're going to be focusing on the web-based career portfolios. The purpose of ePortfolios is to facilitate the development of lifelong learners, also to help with job placement. So it's like a link that you would provide to your employer to review your experiences, your knowledge. So not only does it allow the student to connect their classroom experiences to their career fields, but it also allows the expansion of the growth of this ePortfolio to continue throughout the career lifetime experience. So students who are currently in higher education would engage through analysis, reflection, feedback, and dialogue based upon their experiences from their core values and philosophies, again, developed a little bit more into their career field. So their analyses of what their purpose is in, say, higher ed, if that's what they're studying, or education, what reflections in their experiences within not only their degree, but also within the required experiences from the classroom, are they able to gather additional feedback, whether it be from not only the student, their colleagues, but also their instructors and mentors. So dialogue just between the student who's trying to present that information to an employer, as well as that employer's express dialogue from their ePortfolio. So basically, not only is the individual allowed to create a write-up of project activities to provide more detailed information regarding their community-engaged practices, but they're also able to reflect upon that. So some tips of implementation for ePortfolios is it allows the individual to showcase their experiences and their skill sets in that particular field. So it allows them to summarize what they've demonstrated as their accomplishments, whether it be in school, whether it be through volunteering, or even in an internship specifically in their field. They can express those accomplishments. So we would utilize ePortfolios as a tool to envision our individual professional identity. So for myself, mine would be targeted as an undergrad in spatial science, which is agriculture and technology. But now as I've progressed in my field, it would be in education as an advisor. So there are initial software programs that an individual can use to start the implementation of their ePortfolio, or they can just create one cold turkey from scratch if they prefer. So some of the added features and tips of an ePortfolio is to integrate those add-ins, multimedia, particular websites that they use as resources, as well as some simulations regarding their educational experiences. So if they had a particular lab that they learned something for, they can create a simulation online for that individual employer to see what their work is capable of. It also allows the track record of the student's interests, so what they've been involved in, whether specifically be within their education or if it's outside of education, that they're not only doing work in their college, but they're doing it outreaching into a different community. So it's designated to document, develop skills, whether it be through teaching, engaged research, or outreach efforts. So those are particular tips that they would include. Just a continuum of tips is an individual is able to establish multiple forms in different aspects of their partnerships, collaborations, and scholarship opportunities, so they're able to delve more deeply into creating that connection with those partnerships and collaborations. So they always say the biggest tip for an ePortfolio is to start with a small intention and grow that particular portfolio over time. So identify and contact with your supporters from start to finish. So in my particular undergrad, we were required to create a portfolio for our designated field, and we would specify one particular person that we would want to work throughout that whole process. And so make sure to connect and create that identity before you begin. Connect with program leaders to clarify expectations of their ePortfolio or their field. Establish that they are flexible individuals who are employable based upon their principles of engagements as well as interests. And the faculty member that is there to support through start to finish would also recognize their successes through praise. So best practices for ePortfolios include resumes, include references, letters of recommendation that specifically talk about you as an individual, your transcripts, whether it be undergraduate, graduate, whatever that may be, and then any studies that you've been a part of. So the ePortfolios are set there to shed some light on what an individual has learned or developed through their particular degree program before they're exiting their college. So it's also utilized to a source of finding those sites like Google sites who allow you to implement an ePortfolio space due to the cost and ownership. So the students can start through Google to integrate a free ePortfolio and later develop further, but that their information is stored in that particular space with no cost. And then the student is able to demonstrate their knowledge regarding whatever research they've done. Typically not something that might not be known public if you don't know the individual, but you'd have to actually delve into their experiences and their background. So another best practice is to establish community engaged sessions for new individuals practicing on an online ePortfolio technique. So this one is mainly for the instructors who are trying to establish the students to start creating an ePortfolio for after they graduate. And so it's important that the individual instructor is able to establish some sessions for individuals to not only learn what an ePortfolio is, but also to learn the particular techniques of the proposal. So ways that higher education individuals currently can use ePortfolios to enhance their work. It will allow them to assist change towards their own reflections, but also for others who are reflecting upon their work. So they're able to access the information that they need about that individual without physically having to be in front of them. Another thing is the ePortfolio can enhance a particular's work by 6 primary components, which is their high quality structure and navigation through their field, whether it be through education or agriculture or engineering, showing that someone does know grammar. They can write in correct grammar, they can write in in-depth reflections, not just very basic, oh, I did this and done, but also delve into what that particular work meant to them. Integrate content, quality of content, and collaboration. So all of those together with integration of content and collaboration, an individual is able to understand why this ePortfolio is something that they have, what field they want to be in, or what field they have been in currently and what they've been doing in that field. So just having a general technique of reflection and conceptual understanding of their work. So individuals in higher education now can establish an ePortfolio based upon their past experiences, but also create a larger connection or conceptual understanding of why they're in that field and what they're doing now to push forward. So another thing is that we as individuals can demonstrate our institutional commitment. So with our resumes on there, we're able to see that, we've been in one, say, financial aid for 2 years, or we've been in advising for almost a year. And then how are we using that work? What are our scholars? What are we known for? Are we financially supporting not only our community, but anything else, and being accessible in technology? So are we integrating ourselves into technology for others to create a connection to us? So just including resumes, highlight outside work from the community affiliations, letters from supporters of your expertise and work, and then you have the potential to create blogs regarding the process as well of your work. And then here are the 3 references that we utilized from the range of 2015 to 2018. Thank you. Y'all have a great day.